I just love growing. Like I said, I think growing is a very important thing. And when I was very young, I started working when I was 17 years old. And I remember my mother telling me this really young, that women should be financially independent. It doesn't matter who your father is, it doesn't matter who your husband is going to be, it doesn't matter who your brother is, it doesn't matter who the man in your life is. You need to be responsible for your finances and be financially independent. And that kind of really stuck with me. And as my career expanded, it was really important for me to invest in little things. So once I discovered tech, I have always been a fan of technology. I wanted to be an aeronautical engineer at one point. I wanted to build rockets. I wanted to, go to space. And when I got the opportunity, I remember I was at a dinner for Bumble in New York, and I just thought it was such a cool thing to bring back to India, where women take the first move. To bring it to a country which has a patriarchal sort of society, which actually the world is. The world over is sort of patriarchal, and we as women need to fight to change that, to create that kind of equality, because no one's going to give it to us, and they're going to fight for us to have it. So it started from taking Bumble to India, and then my next investment is this engineering school, which is called Holberton, which was based on Betty Holberton. She was one of the first female engineers in the world. And this school is a peer-to-peer teaching program where you don't have to pay a tuition, and you can pay back your tuition after you graduate and get a job, so that you don't have to worry about, how much schools cost, so that females can actually be a part of engineering. Just think about it this way. All of us consume tech, right? All of you have cell phones. Everyone has computers. We're always online. Digital is such a big part of our lives, but the people creating technology, it's so skewed because it's mostly men. And these are men who decide what we as women need. So we need females to come into engineering. As AI starts coming in, and it's going to be a big part of our lives, can you imagine the artificial intelligence that we are consuming being created by guys? And guys are going to decide what kind of things we like. So we need women to come in and realize that tech is a big part of who we are and who we're going to be and our future. I've had so many times whenever I'm doing interviews, people always ask me that, oh, you're doing a movie with, a female co-actor. Did you guys get along? Were there catfights? But when it comes to boys, they say, oh my gosh, that looks like a bromance and everyone got on so well. So I feel like over time, because women had the lack of opportunity, we were pitted against each other, because there were only like 5 opportunities, like 5 places a woman could be hired, and so we were elbowing each other out to get to that one spot. So the crux of the problem is the lack of opportunity for females. And the more opportunity we create for each other, the more sisterhood will grow. We're 50% of the world's population. We need to be represented in every field like that. We need to be empowered by each other, by the people who are in positions of power, by putting us in positions of power. So I realized many, many years ago that the more I champion women in my own small way, maybe I'll be able to create a world around me, at least, where, women run the show, because we kind of do it really well. So every generation of women somehow has to fight for the right of empowerment for the next generation of women. How many of you drive? Do you remember there was a time when women couldn't? Today, we don't even think about it because those women fought for us. So how many of us vote as females? There was a time we couldn't. Now we don't even think about it. So we, as women, everyone in this room and everyone in this world has a responsibility to our future daughter, to our future granddaughter, to change the world in a way where they don't have to think about lack of opportunity. They don't have to think about diversity. Diversity shouldn't even be a conversation. It should be normal. When we look around this room, there's not one kind of person. I don't even see one kind of person in one row. And that's our normal. And that's the world we will create for our daughters, for our kids. We will create men that empower the girls around them. We will create men that respect the girls around them and create a legacy for their children going forward. And I think that's our responsibility, and we need to take that really, really seriously. Ladies, no one is going to give that to you. No one is going to tell you, here's an opportunity, go make something of yourself. You're gonna do it for you. Because people are only gonna try and take it away. And it's so important for us to be able to empower each other in everyday life. We don't have to conquer the world. You don't have to be the only person who reaches space. Like, you don't have to have crazy wild ambitions. You just have to find your power and to say that, oh, I can do this too. I don't have to create like this crazy opportunity for me to thrive. You can thrive in anything you choose. Just have to find that confidence within yourself by telling yourself that your flaws are fine. No one is perfect. None of us. We all have bad days. We're all gonna feel like shit sometimes, but you're all gonna have bad days, and that's fine. We have this crazy standard, especially with the internet, where everything has to be perfect all the time, and we have to look perfect, we have to behave perfect, we have to say the right things. Everyone screws up, and that's all right. Laugh through it, don't take yourself too seriously, and make sure that you don't live for someone else's validation. It's your validation.